अच्छा, am I audible now? Am I audible? Bhakti, just let me know and then I'm going to start. Very good evening to all of you over here. Okay, a very good evening to all of you. We have started off with this core booster series. ठीक है? अच्छा, ये वाली जो सीरीज है हम पहले कर रहे थे, ठीक है, एंड ये हम काफी समय बाद, मे बी आफ्टर अ मंथ आई एम रिवाइविंग दी सीरीज एंड वी आर गोइंग टू डू एटलीस्ट वन सेशन ऑफ दी स्कोर बूस्टर सीरीज एवरी वीक, ठीक है, ताकि आपकी प्रैक्टिस हो जाए एग्जाम लाइक. तो हमारे क्वेश्चन यूजुअली कैसे रहेंगे, एग्जाम लाइक क्वेश्चन रहेंगे एंड वी आर गोइंग टू कवर दैट इन योर दिस सेशन, ठीक है. So all I want is that after the class ends, you have to download this PDF and practice these questions. करंट रिलेटेड रहेंगे ये, एंड आपने इसको जो भी आपको नहीं आता है, यू गोइंग टू रीड इट. आप जैसे कोई न्यूज है, कोई करंट अफेयर, उसके बारे में आप खुद से भी पढ़ेंगे, ठीक है. सो लेट अस नाउ बिगिन विद आवर सेशन. Before I begin, if you want to download this YouTube class PDF, you can do it from the Oliveboard app. Just go to the courses section. There's going to be a separate YouTube class PDFs folder. यहाँ से you can download the PDF. Okay. हाँ जी, वी आर गोइंग टू रीस्टार्ट दी सीरीज, डोंट वरी. अच्छा, अब हम यहाँ पे कवर क्या करेंगे, व्हाट आर वी गोइंग टू कवर हियर? फर्स्ट वी आर गोइंग टू कवर द 40 टॉप करंट अफेयर एमसीक्यूज फ्रॉम जीए, ईएसआई एंड एफएम. 40 टॉप करंट अफेयर क्वेश्चंस which is important for all regulatory exams and especially for RBI grade A or B. This is important for both phase 1 as well as phase 2, and you can take this session as a challenge. You can note down the important questions and how questions will be asked in the examination, and you can just note down how many questions are correct and then write down in the comment section कि आप लोगों के कितने questions हैं, ठीक है. चलो, we have the first question on board for you. Which of the following Indian athlete made history by becoming the first woman to win a medal in the 5,000-meter final at the World University Games 2025 held in Rhine-Ruhr region in July 2025? तो आपकी जुलाई के करंट अफेयर्स हैं ये. प्रीनीत कौर, ज्योति यराजी, हारमिलन बेन्स, अंकिता दयानी और सीमा सीमा. What is the answer? Anyone would like to answer? Which Indian athlete made history by becoming the first woman to win a medal in the 5,000-meter final? Bhakti Singh, Harmilan Bains. Anybody else would like to answer? The answer C is not correct. The answer is E, not Harmilan Bains, Bhakti. Indian athlete Seema Seema scripted history at the ongoing World University Games at Rhine-Ruhr by becoming the first woman to win a medal in the 5,000-meter final event at the championships. Seema clinched silver with a season best time of 15 minutes 35.86 seconds, which is also her second quickest time ever in the event. Sahil Jadhav won the gold medal in the men's compound individual event as Indian archers finished their campaign with 5 medals. Earlier archer Praneeth Kaur won a silver in a thrilling women's compound final. Compound archers also won mixed team gold, men's team silver and women's team bronze. Praveen Chitravel won the silver medal in the triple jump with a brilliant jump of 16.66 meters in the second attempt. And India's total medal tally has gone up to 9. The 32nd edition of the competition is being held in 6 cities of Germany. The 2023 edition in Chengdu was India's best performance so far, where the country finished 7th in 26 medals. Okay? So the answer is not Harmilan Bains, but Seema Seema Bhakti. I hope this is clear. Second question. With reference to the multidisciplinary education and research improvement in technical education, MERITE, right, a scheme, consider the following statements. Okay. Firstly, it is a central sector scheme with total financial outlay of 4,200 crores for the period 25-26 to 29-30. Second, external assistance of rupees 2,100 crore for the scheme will come from the World Bank in the form of a loan. The scheme covers only engineering institutions in metropolitan cities. The implementation will involve participation of eminent institutions like IITs, IIMs, and bodies such as AICTE and NBA. Which of the above statements are correct? 1 and 2 only? 1, 2 and 4? 1, 3 and 4? 2 and 3? Or 1, 2, 3 and 4? Which of these are correct? Bhakti is saying 2B, that means you're saying 1, 2 and 4 only. Hai na? Anybody else would like to answer? I see many students attending the class. Does anyone else want to give me the answer? Anyone else? Anurag Singh says B. Bhakti says B and the correct answer is B. Absolutely correct. Okay? 3 is incorrect because the scheme covers government engineering institutes and polytechnics across all states and UTs, not just those in metropolitan cities. Okay? All others are correct. Very good, Bhakti and Anurag. Next question. NASA launched its latest space science mission. A SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket carried the twin tracer satellites into orbit from Vandenberg Space Force Base. In NASA's Tracers mission, what does the letter C stand for? In NASA's Tracers mission, what does C stand for? Constellation, cusp, communication, cosmic, or control? What is the answer? What is the answer? Bhakti is saying cusp. Anybody else would like to answer? What about you, Anurag? You are saying communication. So the correct answer is B. Okay, so the correct answer is B, cusp. Cusp is actually the correct answer. Yes, Venkateshwaran. Bhakti, it is cusp and not communication. Okay, Anurag. So NASA launched its latest space science mission at 12:13 p.m. EDT. A SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket carried the twin tracer satellites into orbit from Vandenberg Space Force Base. Okay? The Tracers mission, which is short for Tandem Reconnection and Cusp Electrodynamics Reconnaissance satellites, aims to study how Earth's magnetic field responds to solar activity. The two satellites will fly in tandem just seconds apart. They'll collect over 3,000 measurements during their 1 year mission. Their instruments will focus on a process called magnetic reconnection, where magnetic fields snap and realign. Alongside tracers, the Falcon 9 carried three more NASA missions. Athena, Epic, PEXT, and Real were all deployed successfully. Okay? Transition region explorer for cusp, auroral, and plasma structure. Tracers ka, are you telling me the full form of tracers? Full form of tracers is tandem reconnection and cusp electrodynamics reconnaissance. ठीक है? चलो. Asian Development Bank President Masato Kanda, following a meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, announced a 5-year initiative to mobilize Dash, including third-party capital, to transform India's urban infrastructure through metro expansions, regional rapid transit system corridors, and sustainable urban services, a pivotal development for urban planning and economic assessments in June 2025. So, what is the answer? To mobilize how much of money? $10 billion, $5 billion, $16.5 billion, $4 billion, or $9.1 billion? What is the answer? Bhakti Singh, 10 billion. Anybody else? The answer is A, $10 billion. Absolutely correct, Bhakti. Okay, so Asian Development Bank President Masato Kanda has announced a 5-year plan to mobilize up to $10 billion, including third party capital, to enhance India's urban infrastructure and services. The plan was unveiled after Kanda's meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The plan will focus on metro expansions, new regional rapid transit system RRTS, and investments in sustainable urban development. This is backed by the Urban Challenge Fund, and the focus is urban transport, clean energy. Okay? Very good, Bhakti. Next, the Reserve Bank of India announced that it has withdrawn the corrective action plan imposed on Religare Enterprises wholly owned subsidiary Religare Finvest Limited with immediate effect. Which of the following statements is incorrect regarding the Reserve Bank of India's recent decision on Religare Finvest Limited? You have to identify the incorrect statement. Okay, you have to identify the incorrect statement. First is the corrective action plan on RFL was lifted on 23rd July 2025. Corrective action plan was initially imposed due to inspection findings as of March 31, 2017. RFL settled dues with 16 lenders by paying over rupees 9,000 crore. The cap was lifted after RFL posted a profit of rupees 2,270 crore in financial year 22. The Burman family became the promoter of Religare Enterprises Limited in 2025. What is the answer for fifth question? Bhakti has given me the answer as A. Does anyone else want to answer? Anurag, Venkateshwaran, anyone else? What is the answer to this question? Incorrect statement आपने ढूंढना है. Bhakti says A and the answer is not A but D. So this D is the incorrect statement. The cap was lifted after RFL posted a profit of 2270 crore in financial year 22. ठीक है? ठीक है जी. Next. Leading rating agency ICRA in its latest outlook released in June 2025 said India's real GDP growth for financial year 25-26 will be dash down from 6.5% in the preceding financial year and has forecast the fiscal deficit to be dash of GDP for 25-26. तो आपने बताना है according to ICRA latest outlook बताना है आपने कि जो आपका real GDP growth है वो क्या रहेगी. 6.5 से कम किया उन्होंने तो क्या है एंड दूसरा फिस्कल डेफिसिट क्या है. ठीक है. तो ए ऑप्शन है 6.4% द जीडीपी ग्रोथ एंड 4.2% योर फिस्कल डेफिसिट. 6.5%, 6.1% और 5.1%, 6.2% और 4.4%, 6% और 2.5%, 5.9% or 3.6%. What is the answer? Again, Bhakti has given me the answer as C, which is 6.2% and 4.4%. Anybody else? This is the easy question. This so you should know. And if you're reading the newspaper, you would definitely know this answer. And if you're following the live mint analysis, then also you would know. Okay, so the answer is C. Absolutely correct, Bhakti. It is 6.2% the GDP growth and 4.4% your fiscal deficit. Okay? जो भी एक्सप्लेनेशन है यू कैन डाउनलोड द पीडीएफ एंड रीड इट आउट इन डिटेल. ठीक है. चलो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. In a significant move for cross-border digital payments, PayPal has launched PayPal World, a global platform aiming to connect major digital wallets and payment systems worldwide. As part of the initial rollout, the platform now allows Indian users to complete international transactions using UPI directly through PayPal. Which of the following statements correctly reflects this development? First is A. PayPal World allows Indian users to pay with UPI only on domestic websites integrated with PayPal. Venmo and Mercado Pago are among the global partners connected via the PayPal World platform. NPCI International has exited the PayPal network due to compliance issues. UPI can now be used for international transactions only through NPCI's own portal, not via PayPal. Indian users can now receive international remittances into their PayPal wallet using UPI. You have to basically tell me the correct statement. Seventh Bhakti is saying E. Anyone else who wants to answer? Anurag says E. And the correct answer is B and not E. Okay, so B is the correct answer. Venmo, Mercado Pago are among the global partners connected via the PayPal World platform. So Indian users can now use UPI for international transactions through PayPal, marking a significant development in cross-border digital payments. PayPal has launched PayPal World, a new global platform designed to connect the world's leading digital wallets and payment systems. The platform's initial rollout includes interoperability between PayPal and Venmo and also brings UPI in the network. This means Indian consumers shopping on international websites will be able to complete purchases using UPI directly after selecting the PayPal option at checkout. The PayPal stated that the platform will include partners representing nearly 2 billion users worldwide, including NPCI International, Venmo, TenPay Global, Mercado Pago, and PayPal itself. ठीक है? चलो. I hope this is clear, Bhakti, Anurag. Next question number 8. According to World Bank said in a report, India's extreme poverty rate declined sharply to 5.3% over a decade from 27.1% in 2011-12, even as the World Bank revised upwards its threshold poverty line to $3 per day. Which of the following statements correctly reflects the rural-urban extreme poverty trends in India between 2011-12 and 2022-23? First is rural poverty declined from 18.4% to 2.8%. Urban poverty dropped from 10.7% to 1.1%. The rural-urban poverty gap decreased by 16 percentage points. The rural-urban gap narrowed from 7.7 to 1.7 percentage points. What are the correct statements? 1, 2, and 3, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 4, 1 only, 4 only. What is the answer? Eighth question. Bhakti says C. What about you, Anurag, Venkateshwaran? The correct answer is C. Absolutely correct. C is your 1, 2, and 4. So 1 is correct. Rural poverty declined from 18.4 to 2.8%. Okay. 2 is urban poverty dropped from 10.7 to 1.1%. And fourth is your the rural urban gap narrowed from 7.7 to 1.7 percentage points. This is absolutely correct. Okay. So the rural urban poverty gap, this is the wrong state. Okay. Chalo. Union Home Minister and Minister of Cooperation Amit Shah released a book titled Dash, a compilation of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi's experiences during the anti-emergency movement at an event to mark Savidhan Hatya Divas in New Delhi in June 2025. What is the name of the book? The Freedom Files, Modi's Struggle, Modi in the Shadows of Emergency, The Emergency Diaries, Years That Forged a Leader, Underground Years, The Modi Resistance, Struggle and Sacrifice, Modi's Journey. What is the answer? Ninth question. What is the name of the book which has been released by Amit Shah? Ninth question. Bhakti says C. Anyone else who would like to answer? Anurag says C, and the answer is C. Absolutely correct. C is what? The Emergency Diaries, Years That Forged a Leader. Right? Okay? Very good. In March 2025, India signed a memorandum of understanding on defense cooperation with which country, leading to the holding of the inaugural Defense Strategic Dialogue in New Delhi on 5th August 2025. तो किसके साथ memorandum of understanding had been signed? Australia, Canada, New Zealand, UK and Japan. What is the answer? Australia, Canada, New Zealand, United Kingdom or Japan? Bhakti says New Zealand. Anyone else? The correct answer is C, which is New Zealand. Absolutely correct, Bhakti. So the inaugural India-New Zealand Defence Strategic Dialogue was held in New Delhi on 5th August 2025 under the framework of an MOU signed between the two nations in March 2025. The aim of the dialogue is to enhance cooperation on areas such as maritime security, training, defense industry and information sharing. Okay? So the correct answer was New Zealand. Okay, Anurag? Chalo. Next question. The Reserve Bank of India, in collaboration with the RBI, Reserve Bank Innovation Hub, has launched the Unified Lending Interface (ULI), a pioneering digital public infrastructure set to transform India's lending landscape in June 2025, at which event was the Unified Lending Interface formally announced. Digital India Summit, Global FinTech's Best, Digital Payment Awards, RBI Annual Financial Conference, or the India Stack Innovation Forum? What is the answer to 11th question? Bhakti says 11B. The correct answer is 11C and not B. The announcement was formally made during the Digital Payment Awards hosted by Ministry of Finance in New Delhi, where Honorable Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman highlighted this transformative leap in India's digital finance ecosystem. And on the lines of UPI, we are now moving towards a unified lending interface for digital lending, he stated, emphasizing its potential to replicate UPI's impact in the credit space by enabling seamless consent-based lending. ठीक है, तो इसका आंसर होगा C and not B, not even E. Okay, Bhakti Anurag, I hope it is clear. ठीक है, चलो. Which of the following has signed an MOU with the Ministry of Rural Development to promote its Bima Sakhi Yojana in rural areas during the National Conclave on Financial Inclusion, Anubhuti, organized by the ministry from July 8 to 10 in Goa? ठीक, तो किसने साइन की है? LIC, ICICI Lombard General Insurance Company Limited, New India Assurance Company Limited, Bajaj Allianz General Insurance Company Limited, or HDFC Life Insurance Company Limited. What is the answer? Bhakti says 12 LIC. So you mean 12 ka A answer. Anybody else who wants to answer the question? 12th question, what is the answer? Absolutely correct. It is Life Insurance Corporation, which has signed an MOU with Ministry of Rural Development to promote its Bima Sakhi Yojana in rural areas. ठीक है? Next question on board for you. India's fiscal management for the April to June 2025 quarter showed a deficit of rupees 2,80,000 crores, which amounted to dash of the fiscal year's budget estimate, indicating the government's progress towards its fiscal consolidation goals. How much percentage? 13%, 17.9%, 19%, 26.9%, or 4.4%? What is the answer? Question number 13. What is the answer? Bhakti is saying 17.9%. So you mean B. You're saying B as the answer. The correct answer is B. Absolutely correct. So it is 17.9%. Very good. Who has been appointed as the new MD and Chief Executive Officer of IndusInd Bank for a 3-year term starting from August 25, 2025? Rajiv Anand, Shikha Sharma, Amitabh Chaudhary, Rakesh Makhija, or Ravneet Gill? What is the answer? New Managing Director and CEO of IndusInd Bank for a 3-year. IndusInd Bank was in news, है ना? IndusInd Bank was in news on almost an everyday basis. So who is the MD and Chief Executive Officer of IndusInd Bank? Who's going to serve a 3-year term? Bhakti is saying 14E, Ravneet Gill. Anurag says A, Rajiv Anand. The correct answer is A, Rajiv Anand. Very good, Anurag. So, IndusInd Bank has appointed Rajiv Anand, the former deputy MD of Axis Bank. तो ये हमने live mint analysis में भी किया हुआ है. If you guys are attending my live mint analysis, which I take every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 8 AM, तो वहाँ पे भी हम ये चीज हमने ये चीज पढ़ी है. Okay. Next question. Government e-marketplace celebrated its 9th foundation day. Launched in 2016 to promote transparent, inclusive and efficient public procurement in line with PM's vision of minimum government and maximum governance, the platform has grown into a digital procurement system connecting sellers and service providers across the country, including women entrepreneurs, startups, micro and small enterprises, artisans, self-help groups, and Divyangjan. In financial year 24-25, it recorded transactions worth dash lakh crore in gross merchandise value. 3.4%, 3.4 lakh crore, 4.4 lakh crore, 5.4 lakh crore, or 6.4 lakh crore, or 7.4 lakh crore. What is the answer for 15th question? How many transactions were recorded? Anurag says C, 5.4 lakh crore. Bhakti is also saying C, and C is absolutely the correct answer. The answer is 5.4 lakh crore. Very, very good. Which of the following statements regarding immediate payment service IMPS transactions in July 2025 are correct? IMPS volume rose by 8% compared to June 2025. IMPS transaction value increased by 4% month on month in July 2025. Compared to July 2024, IMPS volume fell by 2% while value rose by 6%. IMPS daily transactions averaged 15.55 million in July 2025. 1, 2, and 3 only, 1, 3, and 4 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 2 only, 1, 2, 3, and 4. What is the answer? You have to identify, the correct statements about IMPS, immediate payment service. Okay, Bhakti does not want to answer. Anyone else would like to answer? Bhakti saying you guess B, 1, 3, and 4, and the correct answer is A and not B. First statement is correct. Volume rose to 4.482 million from 448 million, 8% increase. Second is also correct. Value rose to 6.31 trillion from 6.06, which is 4% increase. Third is also correct. Volume down 2.2% year on year. Value up 6% year on year. And fourth is incorrect state. Okay? Which Indian state became the first to impanel sign language entrepreneurs, translators, and special educators under the Juvenile Justice Act of 2015 to ensure accessible justice for children with hearing and speech impairments? Kerala, Punjab, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, or Gujarat? What is the answer? Anji. Which Indian state became the first to impanel sign language interpreters, uh, translators, and special educators under the Juvenile Justice Act of 2015 to ensure accessible justice for children with hearing and speech impairments? Anurag says B, Punjab. What about you, Bhakti? What about others? The correct answer is B. Very good, Anurag. Punjab has become, right? Very good. So, Punjab has become the first state in India to impanel sign language interpreters, translators, and special educators under the Juvenile Justice Act. Which of the following countries became the 107th member of the International Solar Alliance as announced by the Ministry of External Affairs of India in August 2025? 107th member. Serbia, Armenia, Moldova, Uzbekistan, or Kazakhstan? What is the answer? 18th. A, B, C, D, or E. Serbia, Armenia, Moldova, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan. 18th question, what is the answer? काफी न्यूज में था, you should know about this, है ना? Tell me, Anurag says C. What about you, Bhakti? What is the answer? The answer is C. Absolutely correct, Anurag. Very good. It is Moldova. Very good. So Moldova has become the 107th member of the ISA. Okay? Consider the following statements regarding RBI's final co-lending norms issued in 2025. Each entity under a co-lending agreement must retain a minimum 10% share of individual loans in its books. The originating entity may provide a default loss guarantee of up to 10% of the outstanding loans to the partner entity. Third is existing and new CLAs entered into before January 1, 2026 will follow existing regulations. And lastly, co-lending agreements must ensure respective shares of partner regulated entities are reflected in their books within 15 calendar days of disbursement. Which among the given statements are correct? You have to identify the correct statements. 1 and 2 only, 1, 3 and 4 only, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 1 and 3 only, 2, 3 and 4 only. What is the answer? Hanji, Anurag, Bhakti, Venkateshwaran. What is the answer? So Bhakti says C. The answer is B and not C. One is correct. Minimum 10% shares retention is mandated. Second is incorrect. Default loss guarantee cap is 5% and not 10%. And rest two statements are also correct. Okay, such agreements before January 1, 2026 follow existing rules. Loan shares must be recorded in RE's books within 15 calendar days of disbursement. The answer is B. 1, 3 and 4 only. Second is not correct. Okay. Chetan says 1, 3 and 4, which is absolutely correct, Chetan. Very good. Okay. Chalo. Good evening, Chetan. Chalo, next question. Consider the following statements regarding the August 2025 RBI Monetary Policy Committee meeting. The repo rate was kept unchanged at 5.5% with a unanimous 6-0 vote. The marginal standing facility rate and the bank rate remain at 5.75% each. The cash reserve ratio will be reduced from 4% to 3% in 4 equal tranches effective between September and November 2025. The financial year 26 CPI inflation forecast has been revised upward to 3.7% due to rising global commodity prices. Which among the given statements are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3 only, 1, 3 and 4 only, or 1, 2, 3 and 4? What is the answer? Hanji, tell me the answer in the comment section. What is the answer? Anurag says A, 1 and 2 only. So the correct answer is C and not A. Okay, repo rate unchanged. C is basically your 1, 2 and 3 only. Okay, so it is 1, 2 and okay, so you have to identify the correct statements. One is also correct. Our repo rate was kept unchanged at 5.5%. Unanimous 6-0 vote. Second, marginal standing facility rate and the bank rate remain at 5.75% each. Right. CRR to be reduced from 4 to 3% in 4 equal tranches. So fourth है financial year 26 CPI inflation forecast was revised downward to 3.1%, not upward. ठीक है? चलो. हाँ, yes, Chetan. ठीक है? चलो, next question. As per RBI's draft guidelines, what is the prescribed compensation for delays in settlement of safe deposit locker or articles in safe custody claims attributable to the bank? 1,000 per day of delay, 5,000 per day of delay, payment of interest at bank rate plus 4%, no compensation is payable. What is the answer? 1 only, 2 only, 3 only, 2 and 3 only, or 4 only? What is the answer? Anurag has given me B as the answer, 2 only. Bhakti says D, 2 and 3 only. What about others? What about you, Chetan? What do you want to, give the answer for this question, for 21st question? The correct answer is B and not D, Bhakti. B is the correct answer. ठीक है? 2 only. So 2 is correct. Compensation for delay in locker article settlement is 5,000 per day. Others are incorrect. ठीक है? चलो. Who has been appointed as the new MD and CEO of Paytm Money, succeeding Rakesh Singh, who is expected to move into a new role within the Paytm Group in July 2025? Rakesh Sharma, संदीप बख्शी, संदीप भारद्वाज, विजय शेखर शर्मा और दीपक बजाज? Who has been appointed as the MD and CEO of Paytm Money, succeeding Rakesh Singh, who is expected to move into a new role within the Paytm Group in July 2025? What is the answer? Chetan is saying Bhardwaj ji. So you're saying Sandeep Bhardwaj. Bhakti is also saying C, and that is absolutely correct. Sandeep Bhardwaj, okay, new MD and CEO of Paytm Money. Okay, absolutely correct. Consider the following statements regarding Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana and the targeted LPG subsidy approved for financial year 2025-26. The approved targeted subsidy for financial year 2025-26 is rupees 300 per 14.2 kg cylinder for up to 9 refills per year for PMUY Ujjwala Yojana beneficiaries. This was launched in May 2016 to provide deposit-free LPG connections to adult women from poor households. Under Ujjwala 2.0, PMUY beneficiaries get a free first refill and stove in addition to the deposit-free LPG connection. The Government of India bears the cost of the LPG connection, first refill and stove for PMUY beneficiaries. The average per capita LPG consumption of PMUY consumers improved from 3.68 refills in 2022-23 to about 4.47 in 24-25. You have to identify the correct statement. 1, 2, 3 and 5, 1, 2, 4 and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 only, 1, 3 and 5 only. What is the answer? What is the correct answer? Quickly, I want answers from all of you. Read the question carefully and answer. This is related to your Ujjwala scheme. 23C, Bhakti is saying 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, and Chetan is saying all, and the correct answer is C. Very, very good. All the statements are correct. In the Travel Leisure World's Best Awards 2025, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport in Mumbai earned a place among the world's top 10 international airports and became only Indian airport to feature in the list and receive high praise from readers for its seamless travel experience and upgrades in passenger services. Identify reader score uh, 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 did CSMIA receive in this global ranking? 86.5, 84.23, 88.10, 82.75 or 90? What is the answer? Hanji, what is the answer? 24th question. Bhakti saying 84.23. Chetan is also saying 84.23, which is absolutely correct. 84.2. Okay? Next question. India marked a milestone in maritime infrastructure financing with the launch of its first NBFC dedicated to the port and shipping sector in June 2025. Identify the name of this newly registered entity under the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways. Maritime Finance Development Corporation, National Coastal Infrastructure Bank, Sagarmala Finance Corporation Limited, Port Development Financial Services Limited, or Indian Maritime Funding Agency. What is the answer? Okay, Bhakti is saying Sagarmala, Chetan is saying Sagarmala Finance Corporation Limited. That means C, and that is absolutely correct. So it is your Sagarmala Finance Corporation Limited. Very good. Okay. In a significant move aimed at improving access to affordable housing for low income families and promoting green building practices in line with India's climate objectives, the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank announced its first partnership with IIFL Home Finance Limited. What is the amount of funding that AIIB is providing under this initiative? $50 million, $75 million, $100 million, $125 million, or $150 million? What is the answer? So you guys are saying $100 million. That means C, which is absolutely correct. Very good. Very good. As per the Government of India data, India's gross goods and services tax collection for the month of July stood at dash, marking a 7.5% increase compared to the same month last year. 1.7 lakh crore, 1.72 lakh crore, 1.49 lakh crore, 2.36 lakh crore, 1.96 lakh crore, or 2.16 lakh crore. Question 27. What is the answer? Gross GST collection for the month of July. 1.96 lakh crore. Bhakti is saying, Anurag says 1.72 lakh crore. Uh, uh, Chetan is saying D, 1.96 lakh crore. The correct answer is D. Absolutely correct, Bhakti and Chetan. The Reserve Bank capped contributions by a single regulated entity, including banks and NBFCs, at 10% of the corpus of an AIF, Alternative Investment Fund scheme. Also, collective contribution by all regulated entities in any AIF scheme should not be more than how many percent of the corpus of that scheme, said the RBI in its RBI Investment in AIF Directions 2025. REs refer to banks, NBFCs, and all India financial institutions. So, what is the answer? 10, 15, 20, 25, or 30? How many percent of the corpus of that scheme has to be the collective contribution? 10%, 15%, 20%, 25%, or 30%? 28th question. Chetan is saying 15. Bhakti says 10. What about you, Anurag? Anurag says 10. And the correct answer is C, 20% and not 10%. तो आप सबका ही गलत है. 20% is the correct answer. ठीक है? Tech giant Google is said to build a massive 1 gigawatt data center and its supporting energy infrastructure in Dash with a total investment of $6 billion, approximately rupees 51,000 crore. Okay, energy infrastructure in which area are we talking about? Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh, Bengaluru, Karnataka, Hyderabad, Telangana, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, or Pune, Maharashtra? What is the answer? डेटा सेंटर कहाँ पे बनाने की बात हो रही है? Bhakti saying Vishakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. Chetan is also saying Vishakhapatnam A, which is absolutely the correct answer. Okay? Consider the following statements regarding the Tarun Plus category under the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. Tarun Plus was introduced in 24-25 for borrowers who have successfully repaid their Mudra loan under the Tarun category. Under the Tarun Plus category, collateral free loans of up to 10 lakh are provided. As of June 2025, more than 4930 crore has been sanctioned under this category to 34,697 loan accounts. Banks monitor the growth of units availing such loans through post-sanction inspections, stock statement analysis, and credit limit renewal. Which among the above statements are correct? 1 and 2 only, 1, 3 and 4 only, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 4 only, 1, 2, 3, 4 only. What is the answer? यहाँ पे जैसे हम शिशु, किशोर and Tarun. These are the three categories usually we study about these. है ना? There's another fourth category called Tarun Plus. So we have to identify the correct statement. Second is incorrect. Sorry, which of these are correct statement? Chetan is saying 30B. So if you see here, Tarun Plus ka to your limit is 20 lakh now, na? 10 lakh to was in Tarun category. So 2 is wrong. So you can use the elimination technique. 2 से A कट जाएगा, C कट जाएगा, D कट जाएगा, E कट जाएगा. Your answer is D. ठीक है? So through elimination technique also, you can solve this answer. So 1, 3 and 4 are the correct statements. ठीक है? So yes, Chetan, be correct. Bhakti, be correct. It is incorrect. 20 lakhs hota hai na. So only option without this is B. Exactly. Without B is 2. है ना? Sorry, without 2 is B. Absolutely correct. ठीक है? Very good, Chetan. है ना? Elimination technique use करके we can solve it. When is the International Day of World's Indigenous People observed each year to raise awareness of the unique cultures, traditions, and challenges faced by indigenous communities? 9th August, 12th July, 5th September, 21st March, or 10th October? What is the answer? International Day of the World's Indigenous People observed on which day? Which date? Acha, so Anurag is saying 12th July, Bhakti is saying 9th August, Chetan is saying 9th August, and the answer is 9th August. ठीक है, 9th August ही है इसका correct answer. India's annual defense production in financial year 24-25 touched 1,50,590 crore, the highest ever recorded, reflecting an 18% growth over the previous year and a 90% rise compared to financial year 2019-20. Which of the following correctly states the share of defense public sector undertakings and their private sector in this production? Your defense PSUs 77%, private 23%, DPSUs 75%, private 25%, DPSUs 80-20, or 78-22 or 76-24. What is the share basically? Chetan is giving me a guess as D, 78-22. Anybody else would like to answer? Bhakti says B, 75-25. Anyone else? The correct answer is A, not even B, not even D, but 77-23%. ठीक है? 77% by DPSUs and private का 23%. ठीक है? चलो, next question. In 2025, the Union Cabinet approved 30,000 crore compensation to IOCL, BPCL and HPCL for under recoveries on domestic LPG. The amount will be paid in how many tranches? This step highlights the government's commitment to shield consumers from global price volatility and ensure clean cooking fuel availability. So how many tranches? 6, 8, 10, 12 or 15? What is the answer? 33rd question. Bhakti Singh, 12 tranches. Anyone else? Bhakti says D. Chetan says D. The correct answer is D. 12 tranches is absolutely correct. Very, very good. Next question. The Reserve Bank announced that it has granted in principle approval to AU Small Finance Bank Limited for transitioning from a small finance bank to Universal Bank. After getting the SFB license in 2015, AU Financiers commenced its journey as a small finance bank in April 2017. According to RBI regulations, which of the following is not a prerequisite for a small finance bank to apply for a universal banking license? Being listed, first is being listed on stock exchange, minimum net worth of 1000 crore, maintaining gross NPA of 5% or lower in the last 2 financial years, maintaining net NPA of 1% or lower in the last 2 financial years. So what is the correct answer? 1 only, 2 only, 3 only, 4 only, or 1 and 3 only? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, चेतन, ये मैंने भी अपने लाइव मिन क्लासेस में करवाया था, OMCs वाला. Exactly. ठीक है, exactly. Chetan is saying 3 only. GNPA 3% in 2 years and NNPA of 1% in 2 years. So, C is absolutely correct. 3 only is absolutely correct. Very good, Chetan. ठीक है? Next, 35th question. UAE-based lender Mashrek announced that it has received in principle approval to open a new international financial services center banking unit within the Gujarat International Finance Tech City, which is your gift city. This makes the Dash UAE-based bank to have received the IPA from the International Financial Services Centers Authority, Mashrek said. The upcoming branch is expected to go live by the fourth quarter of 2025, subject to all regulatory clearances, it said. First, second, third, fourth, or fifth, what is the answer? What is the correct answer? 35th question. Thirty-five, you are saying first, which is absolutely correct. Very good. In July 2025, the Asian Development Bank has sanctioned 975.26 crore for infrastructure development in 9 industrial areas of which Indian state? Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Nagaland, or Manipur? What is the answer? 36th question. What is the answer? So you guys are saying Tripura, which is absolutely correct. Okay, very good. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid the foundation stone, inaugurated and dedicated to the nation development projects worth over dash in Durgapur, West Bengal. Dedicate to the nation multiple development projects catering to oil and gas, power, road, and rail sectors in July 2025. So how many crores? 2300 crores, 3800 crores, 5400, 6200, or 7100? What is the answer? Chetan says 37B. It's a guess, okay? Bhakti saying 5400 crore. C. The correct answer is C. Absolutely correct. Bhakti 5400 crore. Okay? So 5400 crore is the correct answer. Okay, Chetan? Next question. The Reserve Bank of India announced three key measures for individual customers aimed at making banking services more accessible and user friendly in August 2025. Identify the correct statements regarding this. First is RBI will hold eKYC camps at district headquarters across India from August 1 to October 31, 2025. ठीक है? RBI will standardize the claim settlement process for deceased customers, including access to funds and locker contents. The retail direct platform will be upgraded with additional tools to help individuals manage investment in government securities. So you have to identify the correct statement. 2 and 3 only, 1 and 2 only, 2 only, 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. What is the correct answer? चेतन सिंह गैस वर्क मुझे सूट नहीं करता. भक्ति का गैस वर्क इज वेरी गुड इस मामले में, है ना? भक्ति का गैस वर्क इज वेरी वेरी गुड. नजर ना लगे बस, है ना भक्ति? चलिए. हाँ जी, what is the answer? Bhakti is saying 38E, Chetan is saying 38 all, Anurag is saying all. 1, 2 and 3. आप सभी E कह रहे हैं, but E is not the correct answer. A is the correct answer. 2 and 3 only. First is not correct. RBI will hold re-KYC camps at district headquarters across India from August 1 to October 31, 2025. That is not correct. ठीक है? ठीक है? These camps will be held from 1st July to 30th September. ठीक है? ये है इसका डेट. Not from, यहाँ पे लिखा है August 1 to October 31. ये नहीं करेक्ट है. 1st July to 30th September ये करेक्ट है. ठीक है? चलो, next question. Which payments bank has initiated the nationwide rollout of Aadhaar-based face authentication for digital transactions, aiming to enhance accessibility for elderly and differently abled individuals by allowing secure banking through facial recognition without the need for fingerprints or OTPs in July 2025? Is it Indian Post Payments Bank? Is it Airtel Payments Bank, Fino Payments Bank, Paytm Payments Bank, or NSDL Payment Bank? Chetan is saying IPPB, which is absolutely correct. So India Post Payments Bank, IPPB, has started nationwide rollout of Aadhaar-based face authentication facility for customer transactions that is expected to make digital banking more secure and convenient, especially for elderly and differently abled people. Last question for today. Which two Indian classical texts were commemorated during the National Symposium hosted by IGNCA on 30th and 31st July 2025 for being inscribed into the UNESCO Memory of the World International Register? Bhagavad Gita and Manusmriti, Vedas and Arthashastra, Upanishads and Mahabharat, Bhagavad Gita and Natya Shastra, or Ramayan and Yajurved? What is the answer? Anurag is saying D. Chetan is saying D. What about you, Bhakti? Bhakti is also saying D. So that is absolutely correct. Bhagavad Gita and your Natya Shastra is absolutely correct. Very, very good. Okay, so that is all from my side. If there is anyone who wants to connect with me beyond these sessions, then Mannat Educator is my Telegram handle. आप मुझसे वहाँ पे connect कर सकते हो. ठीक है? अच्छा, for those of you who are preparing for RBI Grade B, but you're not taking any course, so you can avail this free preparation kit ठीक है, which has been curated by टॉपर्स एंड एक्सपर्ट्स एट ऑलिव बोर्ड, जिसमें आपको एक कंप्लीट गाइड मिलेगी फॉर आरबीआई ग्रेड बी, इकोनॉमिक एंड फाइनेंस टर्म्स मिलेंगे, लास्ट 5 years के पीवाईक्यूज, एमसीक्यूज, बजट हाइलाइट्स, डिस्क्रिप्टिव आंसर्स और बहुत सारे एमसीक्यूज आपको अवेलेबल रहेंगे. सो यू कैन डाउनलोड दिस, द लिंक इज इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स. ठीक है, सो थैंक यू सो मच ऑल ऑफ यू. That is all from my side. I hope this session was helpful for you. अच्छा चेतन, बेस्टेस्ट क्वेश्चंस. अच्छा चलो कोई बात नहीं, वी आर गोइंग टू bring in such sessions every week so that you can practice and so that these sessions are helpful for you. ठीक है Bhakti, also let me know whether the audio was better today. Good night Chetan, and let's continue this series, and we are going to study together. We are going to clear the examination, right? Chalo, that is all from my side. And Bhakti, just confirm with me if the audio was fine, and then I'm going to end the session here. ठीक है? अच्छा, ओके ओके, ठीक है भक्ति. Fine then. All right, got it. ठीक है भक्ति, then let's end the session here. Thank you so much everyone. Keep studying. Uh, okay, fine. Wish you all the best, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye bye and good night.